Hey guys, just a couple of news stories I thought was interesting. The Supreme Court has a press release on Reuters, however you say it, saying that the U.S. court pressures Obama for drone policy details. A federal judge, twice considered by President Barack Obama for the Supreme Court, has rebuked the administration over the secrecy surrounding aerial drone strikes abroad, adding to pressure Obama already faces from fellow Democrats. Anyway, pretty good little article. Glad to see somebody's pushing them for it. So I'll put the link to that below. Another thing I wanted to show you. Now, you'll notice that this is a cached copy from Google. The article was removed today. It was up yesterday, and I want to talk a little bit about this. I heard some very small utterings about some protests going on in New York City, in Brooklyn, that were apparently kind of violent. And what it was a child was shot, an unarmed child was shot, 16-year-old, and killed. I don't know all the details of it. I don't know why they were there. I don't know what they thought he had done. I know none of that. All I know is that a lot of people were protesting it, and it turned into something reminiscent of the old Occupy protest, where the cops were kettling everybody. I'm going to put the link to this cache piece of the story down below in the comment section. Starts off, a woman is dragged during a protest against the shooting of Kimani Gray, March 13th, 2013, in the East Flatbush neighborhood of the Brooklyn borough of New York City. On the heels of 3 nights of protest over the police slaying of 16-year-old Kimani Gray, the NYPD has turned to the East Flatbush neighborhood of Brooklyn into a state of exception, claiming emergency powers to suspend the constitutional guarantees of the citizenry. This basically goes on to talk about a setup that is pretty much martial law. Now, I find it a little hard to believe that I'm not seeing anything about this stuff on the regular news, but yet there's a martial law emergency, and there's all these beatings and protests going on. They're calling it a frozen zone. It's an arbitrary official police business sounding title that has absolutely zero legit merit. It is something the NYPD made up, just as the First Amendment zone is something Vallearagosa made up to suppress media coverage of the Occupy raids. So in this frozen zone, you're not allowed to protest. And if you do, you're not allowed to record it, talk about it, whatever. I don't know. This is just something that I find interesting, that the cops can just decide which areas your Constitution is good in and which ones it's not. I find it interesting that this was taken down. I know that these protests really happened because I saw a couple of YouTube videos. They were very short, but I also know that there really was a 16-year-old that was, I assume, shot, but I know he was killed by the police. So, put that in there. Next thing, I don't know if you guys have checked out NormsGreenHome, but he has a really awesome video up today on how to make a beer can alcohol stove. And he's showing how he's cooking some vegetable soup, dehydrated veggie soup. But it's a beer can, some alcohol in it. I thought it was really cool. So check out Norm.